home. There's no place like home. There's no place like
So you're probably wondering what Judy Garland has to do with this presentation, what Dorothy's No Place Like Home has to do with it. You know, I know a lot of people, I know you, everybody's looking for the best advantages they can give to their kids. There's not a single person that I know or a single parent that I know that don't want to do the best for their children. And sometimes maybe what the best thing for our children is the increasing their odds through home education. Like Dorothy said, there is no place like home. We have come to a place where we have trusted in the educational system, and sometimes we neglect to look within. In many areas of our life, we focus and we question what's going to be the best for us. And we look in those times, we look for self-preservation, things that are going to benefit us. But sometimes when we look at schooling and educating our children, we fail to ask ourselves those questions. And the question is why, and a lot of people just believe they have no choice. But I'm hoping today I can share something with you that maybe at least give you an opportunity to think about the subject. Home education has become an option for many people, many nationalities. There's not one single person that does it. There's a whole world of people that have taken advantage of home education. Many diversities and many types of groups. And the question you have to ask is why? Why are people doing it? A lot of people have religious beliefs. They feel like God has called them to this, but not always. There's other types. There's atheists that do it. There's agnostics that do it. There's a lot of people. Some people like the flexibility of it. There's a lot of people that travel for business and they can take their family with them and do it school on the road. Some people don't have that opportunity. Some people do not have flexible schedules, so they have to depend on the public school system. But a lot of people that do it are dissatisfied with public education and what it's become. Homeschool World says that 73% of parents home educate because of dissatisfaction. And since 1999, 75%, homeschooling has grown 75%. So we have to ask ourselves, what is it? What is it that makes people want to do these things? And is it good? Is it bad? What's the question you have to ask? But the one thing we know for sure is that it's measurable. And we can look at facts and statistics and find out that and compare the two. For instance, in the public school, only 13% of American high school students are proficient in history, in U.S. history. And since 1970, progression has flatlined and stagnated in the American system at a rate of about 50 percentile, and that's way lower than other nations. The national average for reading, language, math, science, social studies for public educated schools as a whole, as a nation, is at the 50 percentile. So you have to ask yourself, is home education better? Is it working better? You can look at those same statistics, those same categories, and homeschool, on average, homeschool kids score in the 84 to 86 percentile in those same places. In college, it translates over in college because college students that are homeschooled, usually their GPA is about 0.3% higher than those of the public schools. Also, there's a measurement as far as communications and daily living, social skills, maturity, and you can look at those things, and on average, on a point system, homeschool kids are about 19% higher than public schools. So, is there benefits to homeschool? Well, you'll have to be the judge of that. But one thing is, if you say, yes, that's something that interests me, you might be asking, how do you do it? It's kind of an overwhelming world. I would suggest you look on the internet. There's a lot of good information, a lot of good books. There's conferences. We just recently had one up in Evansville and Cincinnati. And then there's local groups. We have one here in Murray called LAMP, and that's a good support system, a good way of helping you learn what's available in homeschool. But in conclusion, you just have to think about it. You have to make that decision on your own. And there's no right or wrong answer for everybody. It's a decision you make, but there's some proof out there, and that's what I've just tried to provide today. And the truth is, government has put trillions of dollars into the public education system, and they score an F, no matter how you cut it. That doesn't mean locally there's not good schools and there's not good education programs, but overall as a nation, we're failing compared to other nations. And the truth is, the difference between the advantages and disadvantages of our children may lie in the homes, in our homes, the home fires. So I'll end with this, and this is just a thought from Gandhi, and I quote, "There's no school equal to a decent home, and there's no teacher equal to a virtuous parent." Thank you for your time.